I used to think that Captain America was mainly a flat character arc in the Marvel movies,
Hmm.
and I guess feels kind of more like a fall. And in the end, when watching them all, because he starts off in the first movie firm to his beliefs on freedom and all kind of core kind of American values and what he wants to stand up for. Um,
Hmm.
and every movie that happens afterwards, be it Civil War or Winter Soldier or Infinity War, those beliefs are continuously challenged. And at first I thought like he stayed firm to them, but I noticed in Infinity War and Endgame he's kind of worn out from being that person, which is
Right.
which is why he gives in. Well, yeah, he gives into his desires at the end of Endgame and goes back to enjoy
Yeah.
rest and peace with the one he loves. Because in the beginning he thought that being at this time of war, that was a person who he was, standing for the people he believed in. But that kind of life is hard, and
Right.
it gets to even the best of us.
Yeah. The Captain America arc in the MCU. I don't think the overall character arcs in the MCU are super prominent, but when like, you look at him, it's really like he sort of holds out for like the entirety of the three act movie thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just at the end once everything is done and once it's all over, he finally feels like I deserve this.
It's like I'm out.
But and Tony's like the opposite. He gets a second chance. He lives past the snap. He gets a family. He gets the kid, and
Mm-hmm.
then he feels like I got my second chance. It's my turn to fucking take the bullet this time around.
Well,
It's Captain America.
that's been his
Yeah.
whole character arc the whole damn time. Because in the beginning, he was a loose cannon, only fought for himself, and he realized in the
Mhm.
first movie he realized what he's been doing wrong, and he
Right.
tries to become the hero to stand up for people, and that goes. He stands up for more and more people and sacrifices himself more and more with each movie afterwards. You can see it in Avengers, and then more so when he meets Peter Parker, and then he gets his break. He gets to actually
Yeah.
relax and be happy with Pepper.
Yeah. It's Tony Stark is like the fucking. Normally it's Peter Parker, but this time it's Tony Stark is the fucking motivated by guilt.
Mm.
First, it's guilt for what he does, and then it's the whole PTSD trip in the third movie, and then Civil War is just nothing but guilt. Ultron is just I need to protect the world from not dying. Just everything is just like him, like trying to keep everything together, try to fix everything.
He wants to keep people happy,
Right. And he
and
also wants to stop feeling like he's murdered a bunch of children.
yeah, that's brought up so
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah, it happened in the beginning. It's what did the Civil War. It's partially what does the Ultron because he's like, I can protect everybody.
It's,
It like that's basically him.
I bet that's also how he feels when Peter died.
Yeah, and that's also with Peter. Like, I couldn't save him, and now I'm going to go do the thing in space.
And I'm curious where Peter's character arc is gonna go, because it
That
started.
is
Go on.
right. Like, normally Peter Parker is all like responsibility and such, but we don't. Benjamin Parker's not really a huge presence in the MCU right now, so it's sort of open to where it could go from here.
Mm-hmm.
They were sort of hugely suggesting that is he going to fill Tony Stark's shoes or become his own person? That could really go anywhere. Now James Jonah Jameson's back.
I
Beautiful
know.
Paul
I'm excited
Glory.
for that.
I am incredibly happy that he's back. I can't wait for him to fucking nail Peter Parker to a wall or something.
You know what could definitely be a thing in the MCU? Parker Industries. You know what that is,
That
right?
could be a thing. We'd have to wait a hot minute though. He's still fucking in high school, so
Yeah, it'd be in the future, but because of his influence with
yeah.
Tony Stark, he could totally. And for those who don't know, Parker
He could
Industries
totally
is in
do
the
it.
comics. He becomes Tony Stark basically. He runs
That-
a $1 billion company. And
Maybe this time around they won't fuck up his character arc halfway through.
oh yeah, that happened. Because I thought that
Uh,
when they were writing that, they wrote him basically as you would write Tony Stark, a person who's
Right. He
in.
became a giant dick. Also, they retconned his marriage via mystical devil magics.
Oh, but didn't it happen before that?
No, I just throw it in there because it's annoying and I hate it.
Yeah, what was that arc called? Because it was really bad as a
It
whole.
was like I don't know. It was like he was having a kid with his beautiful wife, and it's like he was happy, and then I think the rationale behind the guy who wrote it was like, he can't have a kid. That's not relatable. So they fucking erased his unborn child via devil magics.
Oh yeah,
To
that's
bring
why now they did in the new Amazing Spider-Man things. The first things that happened is he got back together with MJ.
perpetual status quo. Nothing
Yep.
ever changes. Nothing ever changes.
Trying to give Peter kind of like a happy sort of, not a happy ending, but putting his life back in the right direction because it kind of was
How
falling
about
apart.
you give him the marriage, you give him the adorable little baby child, and then you can have a relatable story about a man trying to raise a family and a business and be Spider-Man. And then you can have Miles Morales take over the whole teen high school responsibility and be Spider-Man. And then everyone's happy.
That's true.
Right?
And that's the thing
What do
about
you-
Marvel, which is the most characters have relatable positions in life.
Right? No, yeah. Marvel is all the comic book characters have been written by so many goddamn people, and each author has brought in their own spin to the character. So it's hard to sometimes it's hard to nail down exactly what a character is. But Peter Parker, it's essentially just relatability
Mm-hmm.
and also screaming because you have homework and also a date, but you have to be Spider-Man.
Well, I think being Spider-Man would be pretty cool. I would take that.
I think it's like you just seen this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why the movies nailed for me was just the horrible screaming nightmare that is Peter Parker's life. Just like him trying to ask a girl out in Europe, but he keeps getting dragged into a multi-dimensional conflict involving lava monsters and getting horribly embarrassed because he gets pictures taken of him with his pants off while trying to be Spider-Man. I thought that was just great. That was better than the actual fight part of the movie.
Yeah, that actually is pretty great. The fight was really cool, though.
The fights were great, but I would have rather take another hour of Peter Parker's living nightmare.